Hi all, Hibber here. So, I guess we are kind of celebrating the fact that Weimar is disappearing from the shop, probably on Monday. So I thought I would do an Agile Weimar video here. So obviously I am using my Agile commander, which is Lucian's here, with Azure Lane Baltimore and Tesla. So I have Tesla on it here because, well, it improves my turret rotation, which is quite important on Agile cruisers. And Azure Lane Baltimore for rudder, obviously. Ingenious and all the rudder and speed perks. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to get rid of the ship here personally. I know it's still going to be in the game, and pretty much everyone who has an interest in this ship has already bought it, I'm assuming. So there's really not much point to just removing it. I think a nerf to the ship would have been a better option, like a 2-second longer reload, or move it to tier 7, something like that. But obviously that's not going to happen, so instead the ship will just stop being for sale. So in other words, if you want Weimar, you should probably get it this weekend. Otherwise I think you are going to miss out. So it's a pretty good Agile cruiser, actually. It suffers a bit because it is so squishy. It's no Hipper, that's for sure. But on the other hand, it's also not a bad Agile cruiser at all. This is tier 6 after all, and there aren't that many good Agile cruisers at tier 6. And definitely Weimar is good. You can definitely play it with an Agile build. I did that in the beginning when the ship came out, because I didn't want to be an island boy in it. But it works fine with both builds. Well, it actually works fine with a lot of builds, because it is a premium ship, and that's usually the case. So if you want to pop a range build on it, it works perfectly. If you want to put an Agile build on it, it works perfectly. You want to put a like concealment build on it, it works perfectly. So it's a ship that caters for pretty much any taste, like most premiums. But the question that surrounds Weimar has always been, is it a little bit too overpowered? And yes, I think it is. I think the damage output is almost at a legendary level. It's almost up there with Cold Bear and Minotaur, I think. And that would be okay if Weimar had no torpedoes, but it also has a fearsome torpedo armament, as well as sonar. So I think it's a little bit too much, honestly. It doesn't have a heal, and if it had a heal, it would be absolutely a broken ship. So at least that's something. But I still think that the damage output is too high for the tier, and I think it's a good thing the ship is getting removed from the store, because we really don't need this ship in the game. And I'm sure if you've seen my other videos on Weimar, you know my opinion on the ship. And yeah, in short, I don't like it. I think it does nasty things to the gameplay and the enjoyment of the game for certain players, especially Colorado players. It's one of the segments who seems to take a nasty beating from this ship here. And look, HE spamming is fine, but I think this ship here is too powerful. I'm gonna say it's a problem, but it can be quite a problem. Just like what we're shooting at here, the Cleveland, I also think that's a little bit too powerful for its tier. But anyway, the ship is in the game and it's not getting nerfed. At least it doesn't look like it's getting any nerfs. It's just gonna get removed from the store. So I guess there's nothing I can do about it other than whinge away, which I will be doing in every Weimar video I put up. Just like I do in every Cleveland video I put up, which is not to say I do a lot of Cleveland videos. Pretty much the opposite. I think Weimar is very similar to Wichita in the way that I believe, and this is just my opinion here, I have no basis for this, but I think Wichita was brought into the game to make high tier cruiser play a little bit more inviting for most people. I believe Weimar was a bit of a, well, the same stunt, just at tier 6, and perhaps it turned out just a little bit too powerful for at least most people, and probably wargaming as well. So anyway, if you haven't got Weimar yet, run out and purchase it. It's going to be gone very, very soon. And it works well with every build in the book, pretty much. You can run it any way you prefer. It doesn't it doesn't do terrible with pretty much any build you pop on it. And it is obviously a very powerful ship, and if you play solo, it will give you an edge, I think. It will certainly give you an edge, even when you're up tier to tier 7, or even legendary for that matter, if that should happen. You can hold your own, especially with like the powerful HE penetration is fantastic. Quarter penetration, the Germans have that. It has a very high fire chance, has a very fast reload, has good range, and it has a fearsome torpedo armament. Like this thing is not a ship you want to get up close and personal with, because it has a lot of torpedoes and very nice torpedo firing angles. So let's just have a look at this battle here. Like I said, I have an Agile build on Weimar here, and I've sort of been like weaving around between A and B in this battle here. And here the value of an Agile build again proves. So I was first going to B and supporting the guys over there. We've taken that, and in the meantime we managed to take A, but it looks like everyone's been like either fought away from over here or sunk. I don't know, I haven't really noticed what's been happening over here. In any case, there's a destroyer trying to take the cap, and of course we cannot let that happen. So I'm going to first of all reset him so he doesn't take the cap. That's the most important thing, because if he takes the cap, then obviously I have to take it back from him, and that's a lot more difficult than just chasing a destroyer away, because his job is to take the cap, and he hasn't done that. So it would make very little sense for him to run completely away. But then on the other case, if he managed to take the cap, he could just run away and then just once in a while pop off a shot to reset me while I try to take it back, and that way give his team actually quite a big advantage. So that's why I was so lucky to get in that first shot there, so I could reset him. And someone else, of course, grabs the kill there. The shores from somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and just gotta keep an eye on the torpedoes here. I wasn't really paying attention there. I was trying to look who stole my kill, and obviously it's always someone at the edge of the map with 0 health that's like just trying to get a kill or two. So yeah, no problem with that. Anyway, we have now regained the cap. I'm just in the process of exiting it, and I'm going to move over towards B again, because we are about equal on ships now, and obviously the Reds are going to push. But the problem is this Fletcher here is chasing a battleship out in open sea, a battleship that doesn't matter at all. You could just leave that battleship alone and come in and assist in the middle of the map, where it actually matters what you do. Because like I said, a whole destroyer chasing one battleship around the edge of the map is just a waste, and it usually leads to defeats. So that's also why I'm turning around here, because I don't have a lot of backup. There's 2 destroyers in the game, and one of them is not going to be of much help, and we don't have any battleships left, while the enemies actually have 2 battleships left. So without some sort of spotting happening here, it's going to be very, very difficult for me to push in, because I can't really sneak in here. Like, I can either choose to go boldly where no Weimar has gone before and just head in towards B so I can get into cover behind the island. But the problem is that the battleship on the right, that you can see, it looks like he's going to flank. He's going to go all the way around this island here, and if that happens, I'm going to be in a pretty tight spot. So instead, I'm just trying to reset the Cleveland, but obviously there's also a destroyer in there as well. So it's kind of a futile effort here. And of course, when I get spotted, I get shot at. It is a Weimar. After all, nobody likes that ship. So obviously, I remember the kill-stealing Shores from before. He has like 0.5% of health or something, so any shot will take him out. So he's pretty much out of the game. He is still alive, but there's not much he can do. So that effectively leaves me and one destroyer over here at the cap. And we do have another destroyer, but like I said before, look at him, he is far away. And he's not going to be of any help. So there, the Shores goes down. And it's now a matter of choosing, do I snuggle up to this island here and try to torp anyone who tries to come around the corner? But then I think there's really not much point in that. And there Kitsuki goes there. So it is just me and the Fletcher, like the cruising Fletcher now. So it's too late to snuggle up to the island. I am going to have to pretty much admit defeat here. There are simply just too many ships. I think there's 4 of them here. 3 is possible to take on, but 4 ships is just too much in at least in Weimar, that is. Atago can probably get away with it, but Weimar is just not agile enough, although it is an agile cruiser with quite an agile build here. It's no Atago, let's put it like that. So I'm going to keep these guys from the cap for as long as I can. Our last cap, and I'm kind of hoping the Fletcher over there will get the battleship and start capping the sea cap. Pretty much our only chance is for me to waste these 4 ships' time here, and then while that's going on, the Fletcher hopefully could, in theory, cap at least 1 cap, possibly 2. Although we only have 2.5 minutes left, so that leaves him like pretty much with just the ability to cap 1 cap. And at the moment it looks like he's sitting still, just observing the battleship, and that's not what we need right now. Even if he sinks that battleship, we're still going to be behind on points. So it's now or never, it's do or die, and all I can do is waste the time of these guys here. Because like I said, 1, you could snuggle up to the island, perhaps torp the Bismarck and then get taken out after that. Or spend a few minutes whittling them down and hopefully getting them to a point where perhaps we get a few extra points. Like if I can sink this Bismarck here, things are looking better, but we're still not going to win. So and now the one thing that can save us is the Fletcher here. But if you notice what's going to happen now, he's actually deciding to abandon the cap, the sea cap over there. The only thing that can save us is if he caps. And yeah, I don't know. For some reason he doesn't, and that's pretty much seals my fate, because I cannot keep kiting these ships here forever. Sooner or later I am going to go down, and I just lost a huge chunk of health there, simply for the reason that, well, although you can kite, it's hard to kite 4 ships. 3 is doable, 4 if you are in Atago, but in Weimar, yeah, I think 2, maximum 3 ships, and especially since I have battleships in the mix as well, it makes it a bit more difficult. So as you can see, I am taking lots of fire here, and really what needed to happen now was that the Fletcher capped, but as you can see, the Reds have taken the cap that I took, and we are absolutely in for a loss here. And I'm going to go down any minute now, and that's just the way it is. I'm sure we're all used to that in this game here. So there we go, and I become the Bismarck's Kraken actually. I do get high caliber, I do get Confederate, I do get a few destroyer kills here and defense, and so it's not all a waste, but it is one of those, defeats that really didn't have to happen. So Anyway, that is an Agile Weimar for you guys, and like I said, if you don't have it yet and you would like to buy it, you should certainly do it now, because it will disappear in a few days. Alright, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.